This result shouldn't exist. Started as a Norwood 5. The kind of hair loss most clinics gonna say you need multiple surgeries. And yet with roughly 5,000 grafts, one surgery, he ended up with a result that looks almost too good to be real. Thick hair, strong donor, great density. It is the kind of result that people assume it took 2 or 3 hair transplants. So the obvious question is, how did this even happen? But before we break down, we need to talk about how Marc has found his surgeon in the first place. Spoiler alert, don't do the same mistake.
I ended up going back and into one of my cafes. I was having a chat with a customer who said her husband actually ran a hair transplant business and I should consider that. And that is when I met Dr. Rook a couple of weeks later. I'm a very impulsive person and took everything I heard in good faith and jumped in and had my first hair transplant.
Yep, he got super lucky, but please don't do the same mistake. Dr. Rook is obviously an amazing world-class doctor, and what he managed to do here with Marc is nothing short of a miracle. Just look at this before picture. It looks totally bald, right? How many grafts would you estimate he would need to cover the whole area? I can bet you would say it's much more than 5,000 grafts. Even if you're gonna look at the implantations, they're not really that dense. So where's the catch? It is in his hair characteristics. Marc's hair caliber is 80 to 90 microns. This is pretty thick. For reference, my hair caliber is only 50 to 51. Yep, I need 3 surgeries and 7,700 grafts just so I look like him after just one. Is it fair? You tell me. Another aspect is obviously his grafts themselves. He had a lot of doubles and especially triples. Just imagine the density that can be achieved with all of this hair. And when you're comparing this guy to this one, you might think, wow, this guy is all set. But hear me out. He had another transplant. When I saw him recently on his Instagram with chef hat, I was like, what the hell? Is he having another transplant? Yep. Did he really need one?
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Another key aspect for his overall results is obviously throwing a kitchen sink when it comes to medication.
But I do also oral dutasteride, oral minoxidil, dutasteride mesotherapy.
Looking at his pictures, I absolutely love the way the hairline has been reconstructed. It's very appropriate, not too low, not too high, really nice shape. It's like it closed perfectly the temples, micro irregularities in his hairline. It just produces this amazingly natural looking result.
First procedure, when you're a blank canvas, I think it's a lot easier, right? So when we did my second procedure, he was almost working in, you know, what is like a 10p coin here, there, and everywhere, right? So he's like, well, in that part, I can get this much and it will look like the rest of it there.
And surely here he is still with the scabs, but just look at this, man, like full set of hair. He is actually lucky that he has a lot of triple grafts, and pairing it with his hair thickness, what else would you want? Not gonna lie, I am jealous.
Most people couldn't have the head of hair that I had. Part of that is due obviously to the hair texture that it is quite coarse and thick. So how far do you go away from like realistic head of hair for most people? They look at me and say, you were completely bald, now look at you. This one is going to make that even more unattainable for a lot of people. So I think that somewhat unselfishly, I'd put it off. I had a couple of opportunities over the years and didn't take them, but I'm about to hit 40 and felt like it was the right time to just do it for myself. But before I go too grey and make it too hard for him, you know.
And after the scabs are gone, if you really look into it, you can still kind of see the outline of his Norwood level, which is Norwood 5. It's basically the same like me, it goes all the way up to the crown, and immediately afterwards it looks slightly thicker, the overall density, but once the hair will grow, I can guarantee you this is gonna be such a home run. Cannot wait to see the end result. And the best part about it, donor management. After extracting 8,317 grafts, the donor looks absolutely incredible.
And you can see now with my donor area, it looks like it's perfectly uniformed and nothing is done. That is both dedication and skill, right? Like you have to be dedicated to spending more time. It's taken that time with a second procedure to make sure that you really, really get what is going to, you know, essentially leave you with a perfect looking donor area as best.
Obviously, hats off to Dr. Rook. Donor management, top notch. I absolutely love when the doctors are utilizing the entire donor area, not just from this thin strip. Especially for someone who has been already on medication for many years, he's already in his 40s. It's very unlikely he's gonna progress to Norwood 7 or even 6. I'm just thinking how many more grafts he is still able to extract Everyone's saying my donor is excellent, but look at this guy. He has just as much hair, but his hair is nearly twice as thick than mine. Marc, I'm jealous. And honestly, Marc got extremely lucky. He had exceptional donor, he managed to somehow get one of the best surgeons to work on his head, and he got incredible results. But if you rush to the very first clinic that you're gonna find, you might end up with a poor result, just like these guys did. And here I'm talking about the red flags that even celebrities fail to spot. Watch it before you make the same mistake.